good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this video. So I'm here. I'm at Love's Truck Stop, and turn the camera around so you can see. Turn the camera around so you can see. And I'm actually gonna walk around. I'm actually gonna walk around. We got some time tonight. I'm actually gonna walk around, and maybe some drivers will be willing to talk. Maybe some of them won't. But when you're going out, when you decide to go over the road, whether it's Swift, whether it's Pam, whether it's Night, whether you had a family member or friend to talk you into driving their truck. It happens all the time. You have a family friend that talk you into driving their truck, and it's an issue with the truck that you didn't know about, but it's your license. It's your license. Let me say that again one more time. People in the back, people that didn't hear me, way in the back. It's your license. So when it's your license, you have to decide when you get behind the wheel, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna drive their car? Are you gonna drive their vehicle? So look. Swifties, I am I was a Swift driver. I drove for Swift, and it all depends. It all depends on what you want to do, where you want to go, and where you at in your life, and who you're with, and whether you can deal with what you can't, because it's not easy. So I had a guy who might say he's gonna talk to me, but I'm gonna walk around, see out some of the trucks. I don't see any Swift trucks, but this is a Love truck stop, right? So this is where you come at night. Hey, welcome to the Live. I miss you. You miss my mom? I miss my mom too. I just saw her, but I still miss her. I love my mom. But anyway, this is a truck stop where you come take a shower and stuff. Love truck stop. Come in Love. So I'm walking around and give up some of the trucks that are out here, and you can see it's not easy. It's not easy. A lot of these people are owner operators, as you can see. A lot of owner operators. A lot of them own their trucks. They don't work for Swift. Owner operators. They drive, come park, get their rest. You know what I mean? And I always say in my lives, truckers are heroes too. To me, truckers are heroes too. You know why? Because anytime a man gets on this road, on this highway, whether it's raining, snowing, and you're away from your family, people you love, and you gotta be out weeks at a time, you don't know if you're gonna come back or not. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. It all depends. People are crazy. So some of these are nice trucks. Most of these are owner operators. You can see most are owner operators. We're here. So, but hey, I used to. How you doing? I used to. Now I drive local. I drive local now, but I'm here now to here today, showcasing, because These guys are heroes in my book. They're heroes. Good people. You know? And the thing about it, what you don't know is you sacrifice. Sometimes you sacrifice for people you care about. And they may not love the same way you love them. So you may be out on the road. You may be out on the road traveling and doing all this stuff for somebody. For your kids, your family member, your wife, whomever. And they don't feel the same way about you. They can care less. They just think you're doing something just to do it. They think you're doing it because you gotta do it. And that's a lie. Oh, he's good. This guy right here is good. Watch, look at this. You seeing something special right now. You seeing something special right now. Look at this guy here. Look at this right here. This is what they call, say, alley docking. Alley docking. You gotta pull up something. You gotta pull up a little bit more. He ain't got it. He ain't got it right now. He ain't got it too much. You gotta pull up a little bit more. Pull up a little bit more, and then cut it. See, we know how to drive. You know how to drive. Pull up a little bit more. A little bit more. Now you got it. Now go ahead and back it in. Now you got it. Well, now he done went too much, but he ain't had to do all that. But now he can get it now. Easy peasy Japanese. See, sometimes we know how to do something. We know how to do it. It's easy to do. Like riding a bicycle. Look hard, but it's not hard. Oh, now see you struggling now. You must see the camera on him. See that? He's going slow. You got it. You just gotta go ahead and back up. Back it on in. You got it. Go ahead. Oh, don't tell me. Go ahead. Cut it a little bit more. Cut it. Some more. Go ahead, cut it some more. Go ahead on in. You got it. Cut it on in. You got it. All right, then, see. You got it. Thank you. You got it. You gotta just go back. You ain't asking why, right? Now, hey! Yeah, you got it. But yeah, easy peasy. But, you know, when I first started, I struggled back and back, straight back. Like, I get right here, I will fuel up. I couldn't back right there. But look at all these trucks. So, you know, once you have something, that's why I say learn something. Learn something new. Develop a gift. Because we all have gifts and talents. And whether you want to use your gifts and talents, it's all up to you. But if you don't want to use your gifts and talents, because God bless us with them all. If you don't want to use your gifts and talents, learn something new. So once you learn it and you develop it, even though it looks hard, like, even though you may struggle with it, don't run me over, bro. Even though you may struggle with it, you'll still be able to do it. Once you get it, you got it. Once you got it, it's yours. It's yours. And so that's why I say see these trucks right here? See these trucks? It's not now one I can't drive. Not now one. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the live. Do I drive truck? I used to. But that's my point. Once you learn something, once you have something, you can do what you want to do. Like, I can drive everything on this lot right here. Look at this lot. Look at all these trucks right here. There's nothing on this lot I can't drive. Right here. Right here. Right here. Look at all that. Look at all these. I can drive those. So that's what I'm saying. Once you learn something, you have it. And you grasp it. And you can do it. Once you can do it, you can do it. So, anyway, Swifties, transportation, people that desire, if you desire to drive trucks, if you desire to go over the roads, what I would say, the advice I can give you, the best advice I can give somebody that's going over the road is, y'all listening? Y'all want to hear it? So I know some of them people don't want to hear it because, you know, I talk a lot. I share a lot. but the best thing about it sharing, if you want to listen, you listen. If you don't, you don't. You know, you can tune off. You can go on. But anyway, let me see what I'm gonna say. If you desire to go over the road, if you desire to drive some of these trucks, any of these trucks, you desire to go over the road, the first and best advice I can give you is, you ask me about the follicle test, the hair test, and everything else. But the best advice I can give you is, because when I went over the road for the first time, my trainer asked me, you know what he asked me? My mentor asked me. It's funny now, but it's funny now because I didn't think about it then. But the first thing he asked me, my mentor asked me, was, do I believe in God? My mentor asked me that. He said, Gunstep, do you believe in God? And I said, yes, I believe in God. And he said, well, driving these trucks will test your faith. Because you're out there by yourself, and you're out there, sleet, snow, rain, tall hills, valleys, mountains, everything. So your faith is going to be tested. So when you got nobody in your back, you can't call on nobody. You got to call on God. And you got to believe in God to get you through what you're going through. And sometimes when it starts snowing, when it starts raining, when it starts hailing, ask him. When it starts hailing, then what you gonna do? You in this big truck? There's a lot of weight behind this stuff. There's a lot of weight behind it. And what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Let me ask you. Yo, my man. Yo. Excuse me, sir. Trucker. Ask you one question. That's it. One question. Please. You driving the truck? No? You're not driving the truck? No,
Am I driving the truck?
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you a question. I ain't got you on video. I'll ask you a question. When you behind your truck and you come on some snow, some rain, some hail, what do you do?
Pull over and stop.
Besides that, do you believe?
No, I have faith that God tells me to pull over and stop, so I stop.
There you go. You hear what he said? He said he believes that God tells him to pull over his truck and stop. So he stopped because he got to stop. So anyway, you know, some people don't want to be on camera, but you know, I had to twist his arm, pull his leg a little bit. But anyway, Anyway, y'all. I love it. I love it. You know, I miss it sometimes. I miss it sometimes. I miss being out here on the open road. But at the same time, you know, life is life. And I wouldn't change my life for anything else. But at the same time, you know what you know. Once you know what you know, nobody can change that. Nobody can change that. Nobody can do anything about that. But the best thing I got from my trucking career, and I said that, I'm saying it again. The best thing I got in my trucking career, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the live. The best thing I got in my trucking career is the fact that my mentor asked me, when I first started, he said, do you believe? And so I'm gonna ask y'all. I'm gonna ask you all that's on the live, maybe you watch the replay of the live, do you believe? Do you believe in God? If you want to start your trucking career, do you believe in God? And if you believe in God, you know, be a light. Be a light. Be a person that impacts, be a person that shares, be a person that touches the life of others, be a person that doesn't have their nose down on other people. But just because you go to, I was a person that looked down on church, but just because you go to church, it doesn't mean that you're godly or worthy of being called a Christian. In my opinion, this is me now, me talking. But you have to impact and share teaching of God, teaching of Christ with others, and be willing to impact other people's lives. If you're not doing that, then what you're doing is fake. You know, you can go to work. You can go to church and shout and holler and hoop, holler and do everything else. At the same time, you come home and go to your local neighborhood and nobody knows. People should know. People should know or respect when they see you, and be willing to open doors for you. Be willing to share whatever they have with you, or give stuff to you, or not give stuff to you, but I'm just saying people should know who you are. Like if you watch the Bronx Tale, you know, I use that as stuff because it's gangster and this and that, but it don't mix, but at the same time it's still the same thing. You know, it's still the amount of respect. But he was like, you know, people in the neighborhood knew who he was because of what he did. And so if you're good, and people know you're good, people know you're saved, people know you're a Christian, people know you believe, then they should be able to see that. You should be able to impact that. You should be able to impact others. How you doing? And that's that. So I ain't gonna be long-winded about you. I was here to pick up somebody. Obviously they're not here, so let me get myself on my way. I waited long enough, but like I said, and let me go back over here one more time for the Swifties. If you're a Swiftie, or if you want to drive for night, if you want to drive a Swift or Pam, and you worry about the half-hour test, I got some advice for you. Some good advice. Some great advice. If you want to drive for Swift, if you want to drive for night, if you want to drive for Pam, if you want to drive for any of those companies, Swift, Night, Pam, CRST, who else? Warner, any of those companies. If you want to drive for those companies, my advice to you is, when it comes to the higher faculty test, if you like money, if you like success, don't smoke. Don't use drugs. Like I said, I did drugs. I did drugs. Once I found out that it affect my pockets, I said I'll stop. So, if you desire your pockets, if you want to make some money, you can. Look at these trucks right here. Let me show you. Again, some of these trucks, I talked to one of these drivers. Some of these drivers here make $20,000 a month. Easy. $15,000, $20,000 a month driving truck. But you gotta be clean. Because if you get in an accident and you're dirty, then you're through. So you can make some money. You can make some money, but you gotta sacrifice. You can make some money, but you gotta be willing to sacrifice. So are you willing to sacrifice the bags, the weed, whatever you want to sacrifice to get where you want to go? And some people don't want to do that. Some people just like, and I ain't gonna say you're weak. Well, yeah, I will. If if you want to get high more than you want to make money, then you are weak. And I don't give a damn. I'm sorry to say that, but it's the truth. That's what I feel. If you feel like getting high is more important than making your money, taking care of your family, especially you got people in your family that you care about, then you are weak. So anyway, that's my opinion. My opinion don't mean nothing. So anyway, we at Love's Truck Stop. I came for a reason. The reason I came for it is not valid because the person I came for is not here. But either way, I still came. I did my part. And all you can do in life is do your part. And don't worry about nothing else. Whether people show up for you or whether you show up for them and they don't show up for themselves, you did your part. So we're here at Love's, Love's. I've been loved many a time. Showers. You see the Waffle House down the street. The hotel over there. It's rough being over the road. Let me say that again. Let me sit down and just reminisce for a second. I ain't gonna sit down, but let me say, it's rough being over the road. One more time. It's rough being over the road. So shout out to all my truckers. Shout out to all especially my female truckers. Shout out to all my female truckers, my truck drivers, my entrepreneurs, my own operators, people that sacrifice every day, leave their families every day to get out on this road, get out in this traffic, and people are crazy to come out to try to feed their family. So anyway, y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. Like I always say, tell somebody you love them, because you never know when you're gonna go. You never know when they're gonna go. Kiss someone you love, you know when you kiss them again. Also, a kind word can just change. Kind word can just put somebody's life. Say something kind. Do something kind for somebody. You just pass out. Kind of just change somebody's life. But kind of just change my life. I am testimony to that. So do I drive trucks? Sorry, I meant my mom, not yours. But yeah. But anyway, let me say that over again because I said it. I messed it up. Let me say it one more time. So be safe, be blessed, and like I always say, a kind word and a kind just changed my life. So say a kind word, give a kind gesture, and you'll be surprised how it changed my life. Because kind of changed my life. I'm testimony to that. So give a kind word, give a kind gesture, and you'll be surprised how that changed my life. So with that being said, y'all be good. If you want to be an owner operator, if you want to drive for Swift, then make sure that if you have a partner, if you have somebody you care about, you have somebody you love, then talk to them first. Talk to them first, cause it's not easy. It's not easy out there. It's not easy. You see, like you see what people eat. Arby's. Arby's is trash. Arby's is trash. You want to eat Arby's? If you don't pack somebody's lunch, they don't have something cooking on there, or they don't eat salad or whatever they want to eat. But you gotta decide. You gotta decide. They're gonna decide for you. Certain towns, certain cities, and truckers know, and I know. Every city. Women love men too. Women love a man that's driving and got a little money in his pocket. Men love and women love, because women drive trucks too, and men be like, oh, you drive trucks? Yeah. But men love, women love a man that got a little money in his pocket. So you drive to these cities, and you pull in, and you ain't got them here. They were here, they left out. But you pull into these cities, and it ain't gotta be it didn't have to be like prostitutes. They get people with jobs, people that work inside Love's, or work inside what's that other damn. I left my chain of thought, but all these truck stops, Flying J's, anyway, I'm talking about so many truck stops. Country, whatever it's called. But yeah, terminals, the Pilot, all the other spots, that people can go to, and they can see, and be like, dang, do I want my husband? Do I want my wife? Do I want my husband? Do I want my wife going out to these spots? Do I want them driving to these spots? And they're not with me. It's up to you. But at the same time, that's where trust comes in at. Because if you don't, if y'all had trust issues before he went over the road, then ain't no shit him going over the road, because it ain't gonna last. If trust was an issue before they went over the road, let me say that one more time, but in the back, that hit me. If trust was an issue before he went over the road, or she, and I'm gonna say she too, because she's the same thing. I know female truckers that they get down too. And so, but anyway, if you over the road and you got a problem over the road, I mean, if you home, if you local and you have a problem and you have an issue, then you gonna have an issue when you're over the road. You have an issue when you're over the road. So that's the thing about it. So you have to decide whether or not you driving. Oh, there's a Swifty right there. I love. People say, why you like Swift so much? People say, why you love Swift so much? Why you love Swift so much? I love Swift. Do you know why I love Swift? I love Swift because Swift gave me an opportunity when nobody else would. Because if you watch any of my earlier videos, you want to go back to trucking, because I talk about a host of things. Mostly, God is my foundation. I believe in God. If you don't believe in God, don't come to my channel, rock my channel, because God is our foundation on this channel. God is my foundation. I believe in God. I trust in God. And so I try to let God lead me. Even though I'm not perfect, I'm flawed, but God is my foundation. And so, but I was saying that since we talk about trucking today, and since we at Love's, And Loves is the spot. Loves is the spot that I frequent. When I was over the road, I would always come to Loves, and I ain't too much go to Arby's. I ain't like Arby's too much. I hated Arby's. Arby's was trash. Arby's still is trash, to my opinion. That's just me now. That's just me. Arby's still is trash. Like, and you can look at, they ain't got nobody in line. So they don't have nobody in line. So I ain't lying. I ain't. The food is like, what the hell? What the helly? But anyway, but yeah, but Swift. We talk about Swift. Swift gave me the opportunity to grow, and to learn, and to get with somebody. Even though he wasn't much, my mentor wasn't great, but he still was a mentor, and he still told me that if I wanted to, I can make a lot of money working with Swift. And he wasn't lying. So, Swift gave me an opportunity when nobody else would give me an opportunity. Because, like I said, I failed out. I failed out with Night. Pam wouldn't hire me. Warner Express, they wouldn't give me a shot. And so, all left was Swift. And so, sometimes you got, when God gives you a blessing, to take that blessing. And so, I've been driving now for, I had my city license for 2019. Yeah, so it's like 7 years. So 7 years. And now, after that, I can drive this. I can drive that. I can drive those trucks back there. So, it's a blessing. 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 So thank God. Thank God for your blessing. Even though it may seem like things are dim, things are bad. It may seem like you failed. You failed in your life, and you haven't succeeded. You haven't made it. It looks bad, and you want to cry. You want to ask God why. Why, God? Why? Why have you failed me? It's like today's sermon. If you didn't get my video earlier, it's the same thing, same message. If sometimes God's plan, all the time. God's plan is bigger than your vision for yourself. God's plan is bigger than the vision for yourself. And whatever you see, how far you can see, is not what God has for you. God has something bigger. God has something greater. And I always thought, when I came here, when I started driving, I always thought I'd be one of these people right here, owner operator. I always thought I'd be an owner operator. Look at all these trucks. But God said no. God said no. I got something bigger for you. I got something bigger for you. And he didn't lie. He didn't lie. Y'all stay tuned for it. Y'all just stay tuned for it. God has something bigger, and it's coming. It's coming. And you all are blessed. You all are blessed. Whether you subscribe, whether you don't subscribe, just come back in a couple months, a year, whenever. Come back and say, hey, let's see what this guy's doing. Write my name down. Write my name down. If you don't subscribe, write my name down and see. Come back and say, hey, let's see what this guy's doing. He said things are gonna change, things are gonna be better. Just come back a couple months. Come back in a year or two from now and see what this guy's doing. But anyway, I ain't gonna rap. I'm not gonna rap. I'm not gonna fret. I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm not gonna do a lot. What's happening? I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm not gonna do a lot. But what I will do is be thankful and grateful. What's happening? Thankful and grateful for another day of life, for another day of strength, for the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the hills, the mountains, the valleys. I want to thank God for everything. And you should too. Thank God for everything. Thank God for everything. Thank God for everything. Thank God for everything. And I don't know. You know, I say that, and you know, sometimes you just gotta shake your head and be like, you know, you're not worthy. You're not worthy. You're not worthy of God's grace. You're not worthy of God's mercy. But He still gives it to you. You know, we're not worthy. Well, I'm not. I ain't gonna say we. You decide for yourself. You decide for yourself. You decide for yourself. You decide for yourself. You know, I know I'm not worthy of God's grace and God's mercy, but He still continues to give it to me. God can still continue His grace. He still continues His mercy. And I have to come on here and share that. You know, even if I talk to myself. That's the best thing about it. The best thing about looking in the mirror is to see your flaws. The best thing about looking in the mirror is when you look, you can see your flaws. And when I come on here, I don't come here to look at nobody else's flaws. I come here to share my own. And that's my friend. Hey, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Thank God for you. Thank God for you. Thank God for you. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Thank God for you. We thank God for you. Even though, I say a lot and I do a lot. I thank God for people that come on. Thank God for you. But I'm finna get up, y'all. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't locked in, make sure you lock in, because we do these. I try to come on live every day. So if you haven't, where you tuning in from? Where you tuning? Okay. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. So I thank God for you. Thank God. I appreciate you. And you know what? I see you in the next live. See you next live. I'm here at Love Stop. I see y'all in the next live. Thank y'all for coming on. I see y'all. I rock with y'all. Whether you come in or not, it don't matter. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next video. I'm out. Peace out. Blessings.